Hello, everyone. My name is Something's not right. There we are. This is TheBoredCyborg. Welcome back to yet another episode. I'm gonna drink water first, actually. I'm quite parched. Today I am doing sort of a pickup video. I went to a place in Fayetteville, North Carolina called Second and Charles. Really great place to go. The prices are a little high. They're definitely competitive, we'll say. But it's a big store. It's a franchise. They've got a bunch. They've got a bunch of chains here and there. But the one that I go to is in Fayetteville, and I really enjoy going there. And I usually make a day of it. They take a very long time looking at the things that you bring into trade. I brought a bunch of stuff into trade, things that I just don't want anymore, things that were sitting around. They take a little bit of everything, so I brought a bunch of stuff, got a shit ton of trade credit, and really, I didn't spend any money out of pocket for these. So I'm going to show you guys what I picked up at Second and Charles, and I wanted to do it because in October because the majority of this stuff is horror. Not all of it. There are a couple that aren't, but I'm going to show them all either way. So this is my Second and Charles haul. Let's take a look. I'm struggling with words there. So, first up, I'm going to show this. I'm going to show this one last, actually. We're going to show that one last. We'll show the non-horror stuff first. How about we do that? So, we have Jesus Christ. We have Taboo. This is apparently a gay samurai film. I believe it says a gorgeously filmed study of homosexual lust, but it's also a samurai film. So, a gay samurai film. I had no idea that this even existed. This is very out of print, by the way. Now, you could catch Second and Charles slipping sometimes. I got this for like $4 or $5. This sells for like $30, $40. It's directed by Nagisa Oshima, and I really want to give this a try. I'm curious to see how it plays out with the homosexual themes and the samurai stuff and how they sort of meld those two. I'm very interested in this, so I had to pick it up for that matter, or for that reason. New Yorker Video is who released this. Usually New Yorker Video stuff is hard to find and usually out of print. So that is Taboo. Have you guys seen this one? I've never even heard of it. It was a surprise, this is why I love going to Second and Charles, because they always have something that surprises me, something that I have never heard of before. That is Taboo. Next up, we have Black Angel 2, which is the sequel to Black Angel, Takashi Ishii's Black Angel, which I've not seen. I've not seen any of Takashi Ishii's work, actually. But I had to pick this up despite not having the original and despite not seeing it, because, I mean, it's a Japanese action film from the late 90s. Early 2000s, maybe? Is it late 90s? It's a femme fatale film from 98. So I need to pick up the original, and I have the second one. So when I do pick up the original, I could sit down and watch both of them. This one I got for $5.30. Again, I got a bunch in trade credit. So I got like $60, $70 in trade credit. So I didn't spend anything out of pocket. Cool. Black Angel 2. Have you guys seen the Black Angel movies? Have you seen any of Takashi Ishii's films? Because I have not. He's a director that I didn't really even know existed. I didn't know about him. So Black Angel 2, I love the cover here and how it's sort of a landscape. It's a horizontal look there. So that's very cool. It's by Tokyo Shock. Awesome. Femme Fatale movie, Black Angel 2. This one I don't think is horror, but it's Alex Cox, Death and the Compass. I think it's sort of a science fiction. I don't know much about it, and I don't want to know much about it because I never heard of it. Alex Cox, of course, did Repo Man and Sid and Nancy. And I love Repo Man and its weirdness, so I'm assuming that Alex Cox is going to bring us another very strange sort of film. So, Death and the Compass. I don't know much about this. I don't want to read anything about it. This is by Anchor Bay, so I knew I was picking it up when I saw like the $3.50 price tag on it. And it is out of print. I don't think it goes for much, but that's not important to me. I want to check this one out. Death and the Compass. It comes with the liner notes. I always love Anchor Bay stuff because it always is so respectful to the film. It has the liner notes and everything. Look at it. It's a nice thick cardboard. It's great. They did such a great job. Miss Anchor Bay. But anyway, Death and the Compass. Have you guys seen this one? I haven't. It's got a great cast, though. We have Miguel Sandoval, who you guys have seen, I guarantee you. Christopher Eccleston, Peter Boyle, and a lot of Spanish actors which is great. So I am looking forward to checking this out. I know nothing about Death and the Compass. And the last non-horror film here is, it's funny because I paid for all my stuff, I ran to my car, and I was like, you know what, I've got a 45-minute drive home, I gotta use the bathroom. So I run back in, use the bathroom in 2nd Charles, I'm walking past the anime, which I had already looked at, but on the end cap, which I hadn't looked at, was something that I've been looking for quite some time. I'm a big Golgo 13, the professional fan. Osamu Dezaki directed that one. He also directed this 60-minute Golgo 13 movie from, I believe, 98. Late 90s, does it say? Does it say? 98, yes. This is Golgo 13, Queen Bee. I have not seen this. I hear it's not quite as good as The Professional, but, I mean, The Professional is one of the greatest animated films of all time, in my opinion. So, if you haven't seen The Professional Golgo 13, go watch it now. Maybe not October, when it's not October. This is Golgo 13, Queen Bee. So glad to own this. This was $8. This one I did come out of pocket for because I exhausted all my credit. So I lied. I did come out of pocket for this. It was $8, but I couldn't pass it up. Not sure how much this one goes for. I was looking it up, and it's all over the place. It seems hard to find, and there aren't many out there, so I am so glad to now own this. Osamu Dezaki also directed this. He did Space Adventure Cobra, another one of the greatest animated films of all time. Really looking forward to sitting down and watching this once October is over with. That is Golgo 13, Queen Bee. Alright, now we're getting to what you all came for this October, the horror stuff. So, we have The Reincarnation of Isabel. This is directed by, let's see, Renato Polselli. It is an Italian horror film, I believe. Yeah, a lot of Italian names here. Italian horror film from 1972. So you know I was picking it up. It was a few bucks in credit, of course. And I had never even heard about it. It says, Polselli's most gothic and sexually sadistic horror film. He really lets his fantasies rip. Sounds fun. Now, this is Redemption, which I'm a little confused by. This is an older Redemption release. I thought Redemption was owned by Kino. Maybe they weren't owned by Kino at one point. SalvationFilms.com. Not exactly sure. Maybe you guys know the details on that. Either way, this is a Redemption release, an older one for sure, and the Reincarnation of Isabel. I know nothing about this. It looks, I want to say, not quite nunsploitation. Yeah, packed full of whippings, impalings, torture, sadistic couples, and a series of mind-blowing devil-worshipping bunk-ups. I don't even know what devil-worshipping bunk-ups is, but it sounds pretty cool to me. Next up, I'm going to get this one out of the way. Man, I love Italian horror, but sometimes, I don't know what their infatuation was with killing animals on screen. It drives me crazy, and I can't watch these films. I don't want to own them. There are a couple that I own in my collection where there's an animal death, but it's like, it's hard for me. It's a dilemma. It's a personal moral dilemma for me. But this one, I saw a Raro video release. Umberto Lenzi, who directed a bunch of stuff. Cannibal Ferox, which is a film I got rid of from my collection because of the animal stuff. Nightmare City, which is a good one, a good zombie flick. This one I was excited to find, but upon reading about it, this one has apparently an exorbitant amount of animal deaths on screen. I don't mind the torture. I don't mind all of the special effects stuff. What I do mind is the killing of animals for a film. This is from 1972, Lenzi film, and this one is exiting my collection. I gotta be honest. I'm gonna sell it. I got it for $4 in credit. I'm gonna sell it. It doesn't go for much. I wish there were cuts of these films where they took out all of that animal violence. It makes no sense to me. But either way, I picked it up because it was an Italian horror film, cannibal film, but then I read about all the animal mutilation, and I'm like, this one's, it's gone. It's gone. It'll fund something else, something that doesn't have animal mutilation. So that's Sacrifice. I didn't even say the title of the movie. Next up we have, Jesus, Brett Piper's Cyclops. Brett Piper's a B-movie director. He did like Arachnian, a lot of weird, very low budget B movies. Some of which I really enjoy. He did, what's the one with the thing coming out of the drain? Bite Me? I think Bite Me. Yes, I believe he did Bite Me. That's a good one. special effects heavy. This is called Cyclops, and video geek turns video freak. So technology, sci-fi, horror. It's got some cool images on the back. It looks like something from the early 2000s that I'd really enjoy. Let me show you the back there. A parallel universe crawling with evil. So it sounds kind of like Event Horizon or Hellraiser or something like that, with a video game technological edge. Very excited to check this out. And actually, when I opened it up, there was another film in there called Surrender. It seems to be like an erotic thriller or something that I probably am not interested in, but it does have Cyclops right there. So I got two movies for the price of one. This was like $2. Some of the stuff like this that nobody buys except for me is like dirt cheap. So Cyclops. Have never seen it or even heard of it. Have you guys seen Cyclops? Next up, we have Cape Fear. I do consider this pretty much a horror flick. De Niro is a sadistic psychopath. So this is the closest thing to a De Niro horror film I think that we have. I mean, you could argue Frankenstein, of course, which is a horror film. You could argue Angel Heart, where he plays Satan. But this is De Niro's show. You know what I mean? This movie is a remake of the 60s film, I want to say, with Robert Mitchum. I've not seen the original, but I love Scorsese's remake here. I really have to see the original. I hear it's even better. But man, what's the... Max Cady? Is that it? Yeah, Max Cady. Plays such a creepy, psychopathic person in this movie where he's stalking this family that moves into the area, especially the daughter, who is played by... blanking on her name... Juliette Lewis. This has Jessica Lange as the mother, Nick Nolte as the father. Incredible cast. One of the films of Scorsese's that not many people talk about, but it's such a tight, taut, early 90s thriller with an unbelievable performance by everybody included, but especially Robert De Niro as Max Cady. I love this movie. Cape Fear is incredible and legitimately frightening. Cape Fear, this is actually an all-region or a region B, and they had it for like $1.50, I think because it was an all-region. So I grabbed this, $1.50. Can you believe that? Not bad at all. So sometimes you could, despite the prices being kind of high at Second and Charles, sometimes if you're diligent, you can find some really good deals. So I found a really good deal on Cape Fear. And you guys know damn well I have an all-region player. So awesome. Cape Fear, glad to have that in the collection. I didn't even have that on DVD. So, despite seeing it like 3 or 4 times. Next up, Tormentor by Maurizio Produ. I want to say this is an Italian horror film. Produ is like a French name, but I think it's like a pseudonym. Tormentor. This is released by Full Moon, their Grindhouse collection, which I have a bunch of now. This one I never even heard of, guys. This is from 73, so more 70s Italian horror. This is apparently a giallo. That's all I really know about it. So, Tormentor. Look at that artwork. Unbelievable artwork there. Love that poster. Never heard of any of the cast. Robert Hoffman, Susan Scott, George Martin, I feel like I've heard of, but that's kind of a generic name. Full Moon, thank you. Tormentor, awesome. Got to check it out. I know nada about it. This one's funny. This was like $4.50 in credit. This is Jungle Girls triple feature, and I was like, this looks like right up my alley, right? Exploitation, jungle, adventure, horror, cannibal, weird stuff. And it's got Golden Temple Amazons, Amazonia, the Catherine Miles story, and Diamonds of Kilimanjaro. Now, I picked this up because it's obvious, it has my name all over it. It's exploitation. It's our genre, right? It's the stuff we love. And then I look at the director, Alan Pyatt, never heard of him, and Jess frickin' Franco. Oh my God. So, you guys know how I feel about Jess Franco. I've yet to see a Jess Franco film that I enjoy. I've only seen 2, to be fair, Exorcism and Vampiros Lesbos. Not for me. I've talked about it in the past. I am not a fan of Jess Franco's work. I think he lacks talent, to be frank. But he co-directs all 3 of these movies. I guess in the 80s, him and Alan Pyatt teamed up and made a trilogy of jungle women adventure horror films. So hopefully I don't hate these movies. It's not just Jess Franco, so I think I'll get some enjoyment out of them. We'll see. That is 3 Jungle Girl triple feature movies. Have you guys seen these? I had never even heard of these movies. I didn't even know Jess Franco did this type of stuff in the 80s, so very cool. I was happy to pick this up. And then seeing Jess Franco's name, I was like, oh no, what have I done? Next up, we have Twitch of the Death Nerve, which is also known as Bay of Blood. Mario Bava, one of my favorite directors of all time. This is from the Bava collection. This is on Blu-ray as Bay of Blood. So I may end up selling this off to upgrade to the Blu-ray. Not exactly sure. I need to do some more research, see which cuts, if it has a different cut, all that kind of stuff. But I love the title Twitch of the Death Nerve, and I love the work that that Image does here with the artwork, and just look at the artwork there. I mean, it's incredible. Mario Bava is a filmmaker I admire greatly. I love his camera work. He's a cinematographer. His lighting, his special effects. He's a director, special effects man, cinematographer. He writes some of his movies. Black Sabbath, Black Sunday, some of my favorite films of all time. Twitch of the Death Nerve, I'm hoping I love, and it looks like something I'm really going to enjoy. Bava is a unique filmmaker and stands apart from a lot of the his Italian contemporaries at the time. And you know a Bava film when you see it because of the lighting, the atmosphere, the way it looks, the incredible cinematography. One of the great horror cinematographers of all time. Hands down, that is Twitch of the Death Nerve. Really looking forward to checking this out. Glad to add it to the Bava collection. Next up, we have a Something Weird video double feature. You always know you're in for a treat with something weird. The Beast That Killed Women and The Monster of Camp Sunshine. Now, these are exploitation movies. They're horror films, creature features, slasher-ish creature features from the 60s that take place at nudist colonies. What a concept. I've got something for you, Jim. I've got monster movies at the nudist colony. What do you say? What do you say? Sold! We got 2 of them. I didn't even know this thing existed. Horror nudist camp drive-in double feature. There you go. So there's going to be a lot of tits, a lot of ass, maybe even some penis. But that is The Beast That Killed Women. Great old school artwork, and The Monster from Camp Sunshine. I know nothing about these films, but I'm hoping there's a lot of nudity and a lot of violence. That's what we want, right? Something Weird Video always releases the weirdest shit. Of course, it's in their name. That is this crazy double feature. Beast That Killed Women and Camp Sunshine. Last but certainly not least, they mispriced this one. Underpriced like crazy. I got this for under $5. It was like $4.95. I already have the first one on my Arrow release. It's Region B. But man, was I happy to grab this. Look at this. Battle Royale, like special edition. $5. This has both films. Director's cut. Theatrical cut of the original. Battle Royale 2 Requiem. And a special features disc. All Blu-ray except for the special feature disc. Of course, it's a DVD. But I love the packaging here as it takes a face plant into my table. Look at this. This is incredible. Battle Royale Survival Program. $5. This is the find of the day. To find this for $5 made the damn hour and a half drive there and back, and the 4, 5, 6 hours waiting for my stuff to get checked. It made it all worth it. Like, I found this on one of their carts. Basically, they have carts laid out sometimes that people could pick through so that they don't have to put as much out, and when there's not much room. Battle Royale, incredible. I've only seen Battle Royale once, and I loved it. I prefer it much more over the Hunger Games, which I think is a giant American ripoff of Battle Royale. Battle Royale is visceral, it's brutal, it has a lot to say, it's biting social commentary and satire, and it has Beat Takeshi. So the Hunger Games has none of those things. I'll take Battle Royale any day. I need to rewatch Battle Royale. I've never seen the director's cut. It's been at least 10 years since I've seen the film for the first time. It's even got the sequel in here called Requiem. So glad to have found this. I got lucky. For $5, man, this is just one of the great finds in recent memory for me. That is Battle Royale, the collection. I just want to thank you all for checking out this pickup video here of my Second and Charles trip. I didn't want to film it, to be honest. I kind of needed a day to unwind and just kind of look at movies all day. I needed a day to myself for that. And so I figured instead of a thrifting video on Second and Charles, I would do a pickup video. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and want to see more videos like it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the little bell for notifications. If you guys know anything about these releases, about these movies, please feel free to leave it down in the comments below. below. I'd love to know what you guys have picked up lately, if you've made any big trips to anywhere special. Please let me know down in the comments below, and we'll get a little discussion. Rizzy roll. Rizzy roll. Sounds like a pasta. Anyway, guys, I will see you all next time. TheBoredCyborg is out. What's up?